What if the walls of a prison, built on the suffering and despair of its inmates, could echo the chilling tales of its past? Imagine a place where the veil between our world and the spectral realm is so thin, the echoes of a tormented history seep through. This is the reality of the Ohio State Penitentiary. Once a fortress of punishment and despair, this formidable institution has earned a morbid reputation. Its stone walls and rusted bars have witnessed the ebb and flow of human life at its most desperate, etching into its very fabric a narrative of sorrow, regret, and fear. Now abandoned, it stands as a grim monument to its own chilling legacy. But the penitentiary's story doesn't end with its closure. Many believe that those who suffered within its walls never truly left, their restless spirits still haunting the shadowed corners and echoing corridors. Join us as we step beyond the veil, into the grim history and chilling hauntings of the Ohio State Penitentiary. The Ohio State Penitentiary, a structure steeped in a history of darkness and bloodshed. This foreboding edifice, a symbol of retribution, was erected in 1834 and quickly garnered a reputation for its harsh conditions and brutal treatment of inmates. Within its cold stone walls, notorious criminals, such as the gangster Bugs Moran and the infamous Dr. Death, found themselves locked away, their stories becoming entwined with the penitentiary's dark legacy. But it wasn't just the inmates who suffered. The staff regularly faced violent encounters, adding to the prison's ominous aura. Tragedy struck the penitentiary in 1930, when a catastrophic fire engulfed the building. Over 300 lives were lost in the inferno, their screams echoing through the corridors as they were trapped behind bars, unable to escape the flames. This disaster, one of the deadliest in American prison history, left an indelible mark on the penitentiary, searing the horrifying event into its very foundations. Over the years, the prison has been a witness to countless other instances of violence and despair. Executions, riots, and suicides were not uncommon, further feeding into the building's dark energy. Such a potent mix of dread, death, and despair makes the Ohio State Penitentiary a chilling monument to humanity's darker side. With such a grim past, it's no wonder the penitentiary has become a hotbed for the paranormal. As the prison's doors shut for the last time, the spectral ones seem to have just begun their sentence. Imagine the echo of heavy iron gates slamming shut, sealing in an atmosphere of dread and despair. Now, replace the clamor of convicts with an eerie silence, occasionally broken by whispers from the beyond. This became the reality of Ohio State Penitentiary after its closure in 1990. A sense of unease began to permeate the abandoned halls. Visitors reported feeling inexplicable chills as though passing through pockets of icy cold air. Some even claimed to see shadowy figures darting in peripheral vision, only to vanish when confronted directly. But it wasn't just fleeting shadows that startled the brave souls who ventured into the penitentiary. Disembodied voices echoed through the empty cells, whispers that seemed to float on the air, recounting tales of sorrow and regret. Guards, who were once the symbols of authority, began reporting unexplainable incidents. Keys jangling, footsteps in corridors long emptied, and doors creaking open by themselves. Perhaps the most chilling of all were the accounts of phantom figures seen in the corners of rooms. These apparitions, often mistaken for living persons, would disappear when approached, leaving behind a chilling sense of foreboding. But these early encounters were just the beginning of a haunting legacy. As years passed, the spectral activity within the penitentiary seemed to grow, becoming more tangible and terrifying. Those who dared venture into the labyrinthine corridors of this haunted relic reported a chilling escalation in the otherworldly phenomena. Apparitions, once confined to the shadows, began to emerge in full view. Unseen hands would tug at clothes, and icy fingers would trace along the spines of the unsuspecting. Poltergeist activity, an unsettling manifestation of the paranormal, became a common occurrence. Objects would move of their own accord, propelled by an unseen force. Doors would slam shut, cutting off escape routes and plunging visitors into darkness. The air would change, becoming thick and heavy, as if the very atmosphere was imbued with an invisible dread. Whispers of the past echoed through the empty cells, growing louder, more insistent. The unseen occupants of Ohio State Penitentiary were no longer content to be silent observers. The penitentiary had become a playground for the unseen, In the pursuit of evidence, paranormal investigators ventured into the spectral labyrinth of the Ohio State Penitentiary. Armed with cutting-edge technology and a deep-seated curiosity, these brave souls sought to document the unseen. They used a variety of methods, from audio recording devices to infrared cameras, all in the hope of capturing a glimpse of the spectral inhabitants. Renowned experts like the Ghost Hunters team and paranormal lockdown crew have traversed the prison's darkened corridors, their experiences echoing those of inmates and guards from years past. They've reported unnerving sensations, sudden temperature drops, and even captured electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, disembodied voices whispering from the ether. These investigations have unearthed a wealth of evidence, lending credibility to the chilling anecdotes. Yet despite the trove of data, definitive answers remain elusive. The spirits of Ohio State Penitentiary continue to evade full understanding. The findings, as chilling as they were, only seem to deepen the mystery. Beyond the evidence and investigations, it's the personal encounters that truly paint a chilling picture of the Ohio State Penitentiary's haunting. Let's delve into some of these eerie first-hand accounts. A former guard once spoke of a shadowy figure that would follow him during his night shifts, disappearing when he turned to confront it. An unnerving whisper in his ear would always accompany this spectral presence. Then there were the visitors. One particularly hair-raising account comes from a woman who felt a ghostly hand grip her shoulder while touring the abandoned cell blocks. She turned to find no one there, but the cold print of a hand remained on her skin for hours afterward. Another visitor spoke of a feeling of overwhelming despair that washed over him as he stepped into the execution chamber, a sensation so strong he had to leave the room. These personal tales serve as a stark reminder of the prison's spectral inhabitants. Despite its doors being closed to the living, the Ohio State Penitentiary remains very much alive, with the dead. This chilling monument to the past continues to captivate and terrify visitors with its eerie echoes of centuries gone by. The whispers of the forgotten, the cries of the lost, they all seem to linger in the cold, dark stone. As we step out from the shadowy confines of the Ohio State Penitentiary, we leave you with a question. Do you dare to venture into its haunting past? If you've been chilled to the bone by this spectral journey into Ohio State Penitentiary's haunted past, remember, the spirits are always watching. They've seen you through this journey, and they might just be waiting for your return. But for now, we're stepping back into the light, leaving the echoes of the past behind. If you enjoyed this chilling journey into the past, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more eerie explorations. We've got plenty more ghostly tales to share with you. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your senses sharp, and remember, sometimes the past isn't always buried.